I'm Nick, and today we're going to be talking about using Supermetrics for site migrations. And let's get into what Supermetrics is. So Supermetrics is basically a data importer, and what it does is it connects you to a bunch of different APIs, and then you can pull in data into basically your applications. So in this case, we're using Supermetrics for Google Sheets, and we're going to try and connect to Search Console API. So why do we use Supermetrics, and especially why do we use it for large site migrations? Well, when we are trying to do a site migration on a large site, we could use Google Search Console and use the export button here, but you'll see that it only gives you a list of 1,000 rows per page. So for some large enterprise sites with thousands and millions of pages, it's really difficult to capture all that data from just one Google export. So in order to fix this problem, what we have to do is we have to use Supermetrics to import that data. All right, so how do we use Supermetrics? Step one, you're gonna use this nice little shortcut here, sheets.new. That automatically opens up a new Google Sheet for you. And then you're gonna go ahead and go to your add-on section, get add-ons. You're gonna click on install for Supermetrics. After you install Supermetrics, you're gonna launch the panel and you're gonna connect it to your Google Search Console. Once it's connected, you can go ahead and put in all the metrics that you want. And for this example, I've selected our site, prosperitymedia.com.au, and I've selected the dates. So this is really important when you're doing a site migration. You want to make sure that you pick 1 year in the past. And the reason why you're doing that is because you have to take into account all the click data that you're getting and seasonality. So let's say like you sell products on your site that get really good traction in December, but then tank in July. So if you're only measuring like 3 months in the past, maybe you're not going to see December. So it's important to get the full year. And then what you want to do is you just want to select clicks, full path, or full URL and path. And then you're going to have to edit this to, you can either choose 1,000, you can go up to, I think, 500,000, and that'll import all your Search Console data. So now that we imported all the data, we have to set up our 3-1 redirects. We've seen countless websites in the past mess this up, botch these site migrations, lose all the traffic. And in order to prevent that from happening, we want to make sure that all the old pages are mapped to the new pages. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to add a couple columns here, 3-1 redirect to, status code, and then we're going to go ahead and map out our redirects. Now this is a pretty manual process, but there are other ways you can speed it up, which I'm not going to go into right now because I'm trying to keep this presentation short and not lose your attention. Step 7, you're going to create an Htaccess code column. And the cool thing about this is you can use Google Sheets templating formula to automatically take all of your mapping and put it into code that you can copy and paste into your Htaccess file, ready to go. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to go to tools, and then we're going to use the script editor here. And the reason why we're going to use the script editor on this one is because in the last step you can see we had this column here, status code. This is what we're going to use to check to see that our redirects are working. So while we're in here, you're going to copy and paste this code, and basically what it does is it just makes a request for each one of the URLs and it returns a status code. So 200 status code means that the page is live. 301 status code means that it's been redirected, and then 404 means that it's dead. So when you add a formula like this or a function like this into the script section of Google Sheets, what you're doing is you're actually creating your own formula that you can use in the sheet. So you'll notice that this formula right here equals HTTPS status code. This right here isn't an actual formula. This is a formula that we just created using this code feature right here. And after we create one formula, we can just drag it down for all of the columns, and then we get the final result here. So you're gonna get a list of all your top pages with clicks. You're gonna get the old pages, and then you're gonna get the new pages, and then you're gonna get the status codes and also the code that you have to enter into your Htaccess for the redirects. Once the site goes live and you come back to this sheet, it'll update these status codes right here, and it'll show you if you missed any of the URLs. And that pretty much wraps it up. This is just one of the ways you can do a site migration. Don't, there's plenty of other ways that you can do it. Don't come after me with your internet pitchforks. There's plenty of other ways you can do it, so don't troll me.